This evening, a story of bankruptcy, betrayals, bad business dealings, and a connection to the Biden family. We are talking about the abrupt closure of a local hospital. It has put hundreds of people out of work and left hundreds more without the medical care they have grown to depend on.
Here's KDKA investigator Andy Sheehan with what he has uncovered after weeks of digging.
As a community, we feel betrayed.
Ellwood City Medical Center is an empty shell. 450 employees have been laid off, and officials in the town, now without a hospital, blame a man named Grant White, the CEO of AmeriCorps, a company which promised long-term quality care.
None of that has played out. I hate to say it, but I think we were swindled.
Ellwood City and two other AmeriCorps hospitals are now bankrupt. An appointed trustee minces no words. Quote, Grant White has grossly mismanaged the debtors, has not operated the hospitals in a manner consistent with public safety and welfare, has not been truthful with this court, and has improperly siphoned money from the debtors for his personal benefit. White is now the focus of a federal criminal investigation. But our own 2-month investigation involving a deep dive into years of court and financial records found the issue of blame may be a complicated one. White has pointed his finger at a hedge fund operator named Michael Lewitt. In his bankruptcy filings, White says Lewitt undermined his efforts to operate Ellwood City Medical, among others, and failed to supply the needed cash to keep them running. In the filing, White said Lewitt provided the operating cash in a loan from a fund he managed called the Third Friday Total Return Fund. But White alleges on Christmas Eve, Third Friday, quote, wrongfully called the loan agreements in default. And on that same day, Lewitt sent him this email, quote, if I have to file this company or shut down the hospital, so be it. I am not going to let this continue. Do not pay anything else until you get my written permission.
There's a lot of finger pointing at this point. They're going at each other, but truthfully, that doesn't do us any good. We're stuck in the middle of this.
White and Lewitt are now at war, but that wasn't always the case. As far back as 3 years ago, they teamed up with James Biden, the brother of the former vice president and presidential candidate Joe Biden, with the aim of acquiring hospitals like Ellwood City and building a rural health care empire across the country. This past summer, they hit a roadblock. A company which had developed an operating model for rural hospitals accused them of fraud, saying the three men, in effect, forced them out of business, stole their model, and marketed it as their own. Now, in a twist, that company, Diverse Medical Management of Tennessee, filed papers this week dropping its claim against White, saying White had supplied them with evidence about James Biden and Lewitt, quote, indicating that millions of dollars in funds may have been taken by these defendants outside of the ordinary course of business, end quote. We reached out to Biden and Lewitt for comment, but neither responded to our calls and emails. In court papers, they deny being part of a takeover scheme and say Diverse Medical was a struggling business in need of cash that couldn't meet its own payroll. James Biden further denies he was ever a principal in AmeriCorps, though this business card introduced as an exhibit identifies him as such. And Mayor Court says Grant White would often drop Biden's name in pitching the sale of Ellwood City Medical to AmeriCorps.
I think he threw that name out there to make everything more legitimate.
Now the FBI is investigating. Agents recently raided Ellwood City Medical, confiscating computers and records. Those same raids played out in other AmeriCorps hospitals in Virginia, Kentucky, and Missouri. The feds also paid a visit to Grant White's home in Florida. So it's another broken promise, emergency room care.
Yes, it was supposed to be in operation for a minimum of 10 years. As you could see, that never transpired.
Now it's shuttered.
Completely shut down.
AmeriCorps consistently failed to pay suppliers and make payroll. The state health department ordered the hospital closed in December when emergency equipment failed and the ER could no longer administer anesthesia. Emergency room director Dr. Robert Solomon says AmeriCorps milked the medical center dry.
Operators like Grant White are really not white knights, but rather come into a community with a struggling hospital, promising to turn them around, and then they move on.
I'm not privy to all the dirty details, but all I do know is that this should have never had to happen.
Townspeople like Tom Mondell, who are now left without a hospital, don't know the behind-the-scenes players, but believe profit and greed cheated them out of local health care.
And it's just a damn shame that money had to play the end role in why this place shut down. It's disgusting.
Now, we know the FBI is investigating AmeriCorps and Grant White. It's not clear that probe involves James Biden. But in a controversial move, the U.S. Justice Department recently assigned the U.S. Attorney's Office here to review and investigate information on the Biden family and Ukraine generated by former New York City Mayor and President Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. At this point, these two investigations appear to be separate and unrelated, but we'll keep you abreast of all new developments. Andy Sheehan, KDKA News. Stacy, now back to you.
Andy, thanks.